Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited to film this video today. It's gonna be my first time testing out soap brows. I have been seeing this trend going around for a little while now, and the whole like laminated brows, that's a really popular trend right now. So I'm really excited to try this out and see how it goes. I've kind of been on the same brow routine for quite a while now, so I'm excited to try something a little bit different. I did film my like updated and current brow routine, so I'll have that link down below for you guys if you want to check out how I usually do my brows. So I'm following a YouTube video by Claudia. I'm not going to say her last name because I know I'm not going to pronounce it right, but I'll have her video linked down below if you want to check out hers. So I'm following her tutorial on this, and yeah, so I'm really excited to see how this goes, and hopefully I like it. It's a very different style than what I usually do with my brows. I'm not much of like a fluffy, thick kind of brow person, so we will see how it goes. So she does recommend doing your brows first. That's why I have no makeup on right now, because when you do it after your face makeup, it apparently can like break up the foundation or like cause patching and stuff. So I'm doing my brows first. Now you're also supposed to use a transparent soap for this, because if you use like just a regular soap, it's gonna leave a lot of like residue behind and you're gonna notice it a lot more. So this is the one I picked up. It's by the brand Pears, just their transparent soap. It comes in a pack of 3. This was literally $3.50. So super affordable and cheap, and they're, you know, large soap. This is one that I have seen a lot of people use as well. You can tell on camera that it is transparent. So, I mean, it says that it is. I wouldn't think that they would lie about it. So she does say that you can use water or setting spray. So I'm just gonna spray it with water. So she's just kind of spraying it pretty heavily. I think like that should be pretty good. And then she says one of the most important things is to let the water sink in, because we need to kind of create a paste so that it actually sticks to our brows. So I'm just gonna leave that to soak for a couple minutes, I guess. So I think that should be pretty good. It's mostly soaked in there. So I'm gonna take a spoolie. I'm gonna use my Sephora collection one just because it's really small and like a little bit more dense, and she says that that's usually a little bit easier. So I guess we just basically are supposed to like run the brush through and creating like that paste, I guess. So yeah, she basically just kind of like coats the wand with it and then kind of like pushes off the excess there. So you can see kind of like that paste that we made. I don't know how much I'm supposed to have on here. And then she goes in and brushes the hairs up. The only thing that I'm kind of concerned about with this is that my brow hairs are quite long. I don't usually push them up like this, but honestly, I'm already a fan of this. Like, she's thick. She looks good though. So she grabs like a little bit more, I think. Honestly, I feel like this isn't like pasty enough. I feel like I need a little bit more water. And then she like really goes in. So she really presses those hairs up. Oh, see what I mean? My brow hairs are a little bit long for this kind of technique. And then she would take a clean spoolie just to kind of brush through. I think just kind of getting rid of any excess product. So just because my brow hairs are quite long, I'm more, instead of going like straight up, I'm kind of pushing them slightly to the side at an angle so that they're not quite as crazy. And then she goes in with just a little bit more just to kind of lock the shape in place. So because this brow is quite thick, she takes the spoolie that she was using and basically brushes the top of the hairs down. So let's see how that goes. And then she fills in the gaps with just some brow powder. So I'm going in with my Benefit Foolproof brow powder. I think what the idea of this is not to put too much product, because you still kind of want that like fluffy look. Just kind of filling in more of the gap areas. Struggling a little bit with like getting the product in it. I don't know if I like put too much of the soap, but I just feel like it's not really filling in the areas. So this isn't something she did, but I'm going to take it up and just try to clean like a nice sharp line with concealer. I also like a bit more of a longer kind of tip there. So I'm just going to draw a little bit with my pencil. So there is the finished brow. That is quite a difference, honestly. Like, it gives you an instant brow lift. You would have never thought that these brows could be this thick and fluffy, and I'm kind of loving this actually. I feel like I did go in with a little bit too much soap possibly, because I am noticing a little bit of like kind of buildup, and then also the product just didn't apply as nicely as I wanted to in this area, but I think that might have been because of too much soap. So just something that I need to be aware of next time. You don't need to use quite as much, but I'm really kind of digging this a lot more than I thought that I would. It seems very different for me, like not something I usually do, but I'm also really liking this. All right, I'm gonna do the other brow just off camera, and I'll come back and show you guys how they look together. Okay, so there is both the brows done. I'm pretty impressed with this, to be honest. I mean, just like anything, it's gonna take some practice to really get the technique down and like know the consistency and all of that kind of stuff. The only thing I kind of struggled a little bit with was getting product on. I don't know. I mean, like, it obviously is looking pretty good, but there is a few areas I would like to touch up that I just for some reason couldn't get the product to adhere the way I wanted it to. I also kind of tried to outline the top of this with concealer, but because of the glue it makes it like stick kind of weird, so just be aware of that. But the overall technique, I'm kind of digging this. Like, I think it looks really cool. I feel like my brows just really define my face now, but they still look like natural. Like, the brow hairs are really defined and they really stand out, and it looks like I got like microblading done or something like that. I don't know. I like this a lot more than I thought I was going to. So yeah, I do feel like this brow looks a little bit thicker than this one, but like I said, just takes some practice and kind of getting used to the technique and all of that kind of stuff. But for a first try, I'm really impressed with this. So I'm gonna do my makeup off camera, and then I'll come back and kind of show you guys what it looks like with like a full face kind of going on. So here is the finished look. I apparently went for a full beat today, and I kind of wish I would have filmed it because I love how this turned out, but I didn't. So if you guys want me to film a tutorial on this look, just let me know down below and I'll do that for you. Also, all products that I used on my face will be in the description box, and I'm also going to be posting like a close-up of the look on my Instagram, which is also down below if you want to check that out. But these brows, I'm obsessed with. Wow. Doing my makeup with them was a little bit difficult just because of like the soap being on the skin. So I had to kind of redo my eyeshadow twice because I didn't get all the soap removed. So really make sure that you remove all of the excess soap. I recommend taking like a Q-tip and some like makeup remover and just kind of carving them out. That really helps. Also, doing my foundation, definitely got some on there, so I feel like they're not quite as dark and like in place as they were before. However, it's just gonna take some like practice figuring out the techniques and everything that kind of works the best for me. But I love the look of them so much. They kind of look like a microbladed brow, and they just look so good. They're thick and fluffy, but they look like almost natural because you're really defining those brow hairs and setting them into place and using very little brow product. So they look like these are just like my natural brows, and I just have amazing brows and I love it so much. I'm really interested to see how they hold up throughout the day. There was like a couple spots kind of right here, and there was like one right in this area that the brow hair started drooping, so I just went in with a little bit more product. So we'll see how they hold up all day, but I'm in love with this, and I definitely see myself using this technique a lot more and practicing it because I think it gives such a beautiful look to your brows. I'm excited to continue to use this technique, and honestly, once you kind of like master the technique and you kind of know what you're doing, I don't imagine this is something that will take long to do. If anything, I almost feel like it could be quicker than when I do my brows usually, because I really didn't have to do much like cleaning up, carving out, filling in. It was really just more about getting the brow hairs in place. So I love this technique. I'm so excited about it. So yeah, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments below if you guys try out the soap brow technique, or if you have and what you think about it. I think it's a pretty cool trend that we're kind of following right now. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Also make sure that you are subscribed to my channel before you leave. I have been posting a lot more content recently, and I have lots of videos to come that I'm really excited about. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.